I'm thrilled to introduce my guest, Dr. Christiane Northrup. So great to meet
Great
you.
to meet you, Carol.
You're delightful.
Thank you. Thank
no,
you.
you're a lot funnier than people know you. You are a funny woman. You are just wonderful. And
thank you.
Many women know you from this groundbreaking book, Women's
Yeah.
Body, Women's Wisdom. You were a pioneer in your day as an OBGYN.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's fascinating because nowadays it's like common sense says we should know our bodies.
Yes.
This is the Bible. So thank you for that. Thank you for being a forerunner. Thank you for believing in yourself and for going through a lot of counter resistance.
Yeah, a lot of pushback.
Yes.
Lots. Yeah.
Well, there always is when you're affecting our lifestyle, our experience. You've made an impact.
Right.
So today I'm really, really excited because there's a lot of women that follow me that need to hear the message that we're going to talk about today, which has to do with life change, aging, and specifically menopause.
Right.
To understand that better, because having gone through that life transition physically and biologically, there's not a lot of guidance out there. It's a very, it's like the world of makeup.
It's really.
I don't know what eyeshadow to wear.
Yeah.
You're on a search for your own answers.
Well, the reason for that is menopause is a natural life stage, and so and medicine doesn't know what to do with that. So medicine medicalizes things. There are over 100.
That's a really good point. I'd like to emphasize that.
Okay.
That doctors are trained to diagnose a disease. Where menopause is it's just your biological change in life.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. You move from what I say is giving birth to someone else, the reproductive years, to now you need to give birth to yourself, your deepest self, which is so in alignment with dressing your truth, living your truth. Mm-hmm. If you haven't lived your truth yet, the menopausal transition with the hormonal changes in the brain will begin waking you up. And that's really what it's for. So it's not designed to be over 100 symptoms that, see, what medicine does is, having trouble sleeping, let's give you a sleeping pill. Having trouble with your nerves, let's do an anxiolytic. You need a little hormone boost, okay, let's give you a prescription for that. And that's how it is actually approached. And that's why it's so confusing.
So they're trying to treat individual symptoms versus let's get educated about our bodies so that they're healthy and they can go through these phases. Now, a lot of women will think this is happening more around age 50-ish is where we kind of tightly classify
That's very true.
But I'd love for you to share from your research, and you've been on this one you've been researching this for over a decade, and yet introduced to this in your practice. Let's educate women into more kind of what is the broader experience with our bodies.
What happens is it takes a while from the time of menarche, that's when you start your period, for your periods to get regular. You've all experienced that. Like you might go 3-4 months when you're 14 without having a period. I didn't have one at all when I was 18. My mother just said, you're lucky. Then in your 20s, they even out. In your 30s, it's often the beginning of PMS. And then in your 40s, they change again. What's happening in the 40s, though, is you often begin to skip ovulations. And that is what's associated with the symptoms, depending upon how many stress hormones are in your body. Because excess cortisol and epinephrine, those are stress hormones, from anything going on in your life that you don't like, or even air pollution. And those change the way your own body's estrogen is metabolized. In addition to that, because you're skipping ovulations, progesterone, a warming, calming hormone that actually lands on the GABA receptors in your brain, same place as Valium, when that's not around, you get a little, jumpy. And so that's part of your body is trying to get you to wake up. So what you need to know is this is a time to update your lifestyle, but it's also a time when you may need some support as you move in through this phase. Now, menopause is the final menstrual period. That's all it means. But
so it's an event that's when you've done.
Yeah, and then postmenopausal is also a diagnosis you can only make after you haven't had a period for a year. So I always tell women you could still get pregnant, because I've seen that. So you want to make sure you're using birth control for the entire year until you look back and you go, oh, that was my last menstrual period. It's a retrospective diagnosis.
Well, that's a good thing to know
Yeah.
for those who don't want to have a child in their early 50s.
Yeah, right. It can happen.
So let's first talk about the stereotype of how it's viewed by women as this very negative thing, kind of the speak around it.
Yeah.
What women say about it.
Well, you know what? Way back when I came out with the book, The Wisdom of Menopause, there were TV shows that wouldn't have me on because they said, oh, our demographic's not that. They're not going through that. So it's like hidden, or I've even had women at the hairdressers recently. My hairdresser said, they keep my book there. And she said one woman went over and she looked at it and she said, oh, well, that's not for me. So you're right. Because what it means is, in our culture, the end of your desirability as a woman because your reproductive years are coming to a close. What they don't realize is...
Well, that goes back about 500 years.
I think. Yeah, maybe 5,000. But the other thing, though, Carol, that's really interesting is in 1900, at the turn of the 20th century, the average woman was dead when she first saw her first grandchild born, age 42.
Yeah.
So this is a whole new thing where, the retirement age of 65 was created in 1880 by Otto von Bismarck. The average life expectancy then was 18 months. It's now over 25 years. So it's a whole new stage of life, and it's the best stage of life, really.
Well, we need to update our thinking about it, and my audience has heard me talk about, I'm 58, and I don't talk about aging. I don't talk about, and I don't view my body in a negative light, obviously. I'm helping women love their bodies, as you are.
Yeah.
And so what would be your recommendation and counsel to just some of the more common things women speak about their menopause? Again, menopausal, like you said, is an event.
Yeah.
But this experience.
This experience is like 6 to 13 years.
Start talking about it differently.
Yeah.
Talk about your periods differently.
Right. And get some support. A lot of women think they have to tough it out or that they need to take psychotropic drugs like Xanax, Valium, all of that stuff. You don't. You need to understand you're in labor with yourself, but there are over 100 symptoms. One of the first is sleeplessness. Suddenly you're waking up in the middle of the night. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't sleep. Another one is night sweats, hot flashes, very, very common.
Yeah.
And these are disruptive to women. And the thing is, there's some really good natural remedies that help, and you don't have to be disrupted.
That's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
You were so committed to finding answers.
Yeah,
that you have launched your own remedy.
I have, and it works.
And it works. Give us the story behind this. Why this?
Okay.
And I don't think I can say it correctly.
Okay, Praeria mirifica.
Is an herb.
It's an herb.
So we're talking about a food here.
That's right.
It's plant-based.
That's plant-based. It's sustainably harvested in Thailand, where it has been used over 700 years.
Yeah, and so I'm curious, because there's lots of herbs around.
Yeah.
Why this one for this particular
Interestingly,
need?
because this one has a very particular phytoestrogen called myrosterol that is one of the most potent phytoestrogens ever discovered. Now, when I say phytoestrogen, there's a lot of medical people that don't understand this. This is not the same as a mammalian hormone like you would need a prescription for. This sits on the beta estrogen receptor. There's an alpha and a beta. The dangerous ones that you worry about are the alpha receptor ones. The beta ones actually protect your tissues from overstimulation from your body's own estrogen or from xenoestrogens, which are the environmental estrogen. This one is actually protective, and what it does, it smooths out this sort of swing of hormones, and that's what you need. So women,
because things are out of balance.
Yeah, that's it.
It allows your body to go through these transitions without the extreme symptoms.
Yeah.
Which is actually, so women have been taking this in Asia, you said, for 700 years.
Yeah.
And so they don't have these 100 symptoms?
No, not the ones who take it. And it's been the traditional cultures. Now, we have a patented extraction process. So the stuff is imported, the herb's imported from Thailand, but then in a laboratory on Long Island, we have a patented process to take the most active ingredient from the herb and then combine it with nutrients that help the metabolism so that it works faster.
Now, we're living in a culture that says, okay, I should be able to, bam, by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is that reasonable to expect?
It's interesting to, okay, this is
Could somebody have a radical effect? Now you've got, these are the pill, these are the capsules. So this is powder forming capsules.
That's right.
I've personally taken the drops.
The drops, yeah.
I like that delivery system better.
It's just whatever you like. Yeah. And this contains like some kelp, some B12, some methylated folate that helps your body and your liver metabolize it properly. Now, interestingly, some women will get a result. They tell us in 4 days. Whoa, my hot flashes.
That's how hungry their body was for it.
Yeah, yeah. And then
that's how quickly they assimilated it.
And then others will say, I kept at it. And on the 3rd month, I was a new person. So it just depends on the person.
Yeah, it depends. There's a lot of variables there. Diet.
Oh, yeah.
Stress in your life.
Yeah, notice when you're on vacation, you often can sleep and you don't have hot flashes, and the wine over in Italy is fine. You get back here, not so good.
So this is going to be feeding your body something that women's bodies need that will make their bodies transition through, whether they're... So I think if you're in your 30s, this is a really great asset for the fact you're going to be prepared. You're fueling
helpful.
Your body.
That's right.
To now enter these phases in your 40s and 50s.
Yeah, so you're not so depleted.
With more grace, yeah.
When you are still cycling, you would want to use it like, stop the week before your period and during your period and then start again. But once your periods are done, or if you're in that stage where you don't know, like when your last period was, then you can take it 100 every single day.
What about for women that, I've seen more infertility issues in our day. Does it affect that at all?
We've had
feed the body.
It's interesting. We've had some anecdotal evidence that women have said to us, "Oh my God, I was taking it and I got pregnant."
Oh, interesting.
No, but it's not something that I would say you shouldn't continue to take it if you're pregnant. But it does help the body normalize. There's no question.
Okay. So that I like that. It helps the body normalize to do what it's designed to do.
Yeah.
At a higher, more effectively with more ease, so that there's not these imbalances.
That's right.
And these side effects.
Yeah.
Now, there's 2 capsule versions.
Yeah. So one contains absolutely nothing except the Prairie Mirifica.
That's the green.
Yeah. So this is the Prairie Mirifica Pure.
How many are we talking about?
And there are.
What's your average dosage?
There are 120 capsules in this one, and it is 1 in the morning, 1 at night.
Oh, so it's real simple.
It's simple. It's simple.
Now, how does this one differ?
Same. 1 in the morning, 1 at
but
night.
This is the amped up.
That contains the cofactors. Now, this is the one that I would tell most women to do.
Okay, what's the cofactor?
Okay, cofactor means this is what helps the herb be metabolized in your liver most effectively.
Okay, so most are going to take this.
That's right.
How long have you been taking this?
Oh, I've been taking it for 3 years myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a long time to bring this to market. It's been...
Yeah, you've done a lot of research.
A lot of research, a lot of, people don't understand the use of a supplement. And automatically people think, oh, if it's a phytoestrogen, that's like an estrogen, that's dangerous. Wrong. It's actually protective.
I'd be impressed if... I didn't know. Really, you're reading... You get educated by just, I think, more from what somebody else has done. Yeah. Try this. Yeah. I think amongst women, family relations, that information shared, friends share, and then you might go do some research.
Oh, Carol, you have
But there's a lot to learn. There's you go down that rabbit hole of because that No, that's why I love that you're an OBGYN. You know this world. And
I sure do.
You've taken your time to make sure what you have brought to the marketplace is going to make a difference. And there's no risk. Is there any risk in?
None.
It's a plant-based product, so there's really no risk.
What happens sometimes, I do want to tell you this, is if a woman's in perimenopause, because it balances things, she might get her period back for a little bit of time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because what it does is it's replenishing this area. But then what happens is women say, oh my God, they freak out. No, this is just a kind of a normal thing. The other thing that it does sometimes, Carol, is it will plump up the breasts and make them perkier. And the reason for that is it has a collagenase inhibitor. It actually is preventing the breakdown of collagen which is the connective tissue that keeps your breasts looking good. It does not increase breast size through increasing the glands.
The volume.
No. It's literally preventing the breakdown of the tissue. Same with our skincare stuff.
Makes your breasts droopy.
Yeah, right.
So they just have better shape.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
healthier
is that
shape.
A problem? I don't think so.
How about sex drive?
Oh, this is very interesting.
We'll close on that one because that's a symptom.
No. Women will say, whoa, it's spring down there again. I mean, it's like, spring. It really, it helps them feel, you'll hear, oh, I feel like myself again.
Well, and that's what I say about, to the husbands whose wives are going through Dressing Your Truth, they say, there's some side benefits for you. If a woman's feeling good about her body,
you got it.
And feels good in her body.
Yeah.
And those sex drives are how they should be, because that's a stereotype as well.
And it's such a stereotype, and you don't, because there's a lot of women, as you're reinventing yourself, all the shame and from the adolescent years comes up. But once that's out of there, okay, here's the data. This is scientific. It's women in their 60s and 70s having the best sex of their lives.
Thanks to Herrera.
Right, and that they trust themselves more.
We have a lot of this in our pantry, thanks to my husband. No.
That's great. Right.
There's a link in the copy. You've got more, if women want to research it more and learn more, you've got great content on your website.
Absolutely.
Now, the company is called Amata.
Yes, and it's a-ma-ta.com.
So is there a quick story behind the name?
Yes. It means ageless in Thai.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Very lovely.
Yeah.
So click on the link in the copy, learn more. And this is a good place to start with either the liquid or the powder in the capsule.
Absolutely.
And again, you may find some immediate results, or it might take you a little more time. I believe all women will benefit from this. And that's why I flew to Maine. I'm in Maine, in Dr. Northrup's house, to have this conversation, because I really want to help women feel good in their bodies. Not just look good, but feel good. Yeah. Feel alive and healthy. That's my lifestyle. I'm committed to that. And so I only share what I personally can endorse and say, yes, I'm a benefactor of this. And it's been such a thrill to meet you.
Thank you.
We've got a couple more videos we're going to film here. Look forward to next week. We'll be releasing a video about vaginal thinning and vaginal dryness, because you figured that one out too.
Totally. Yes.
Because you just don't
hacked that one.
You don't. Women just learn to live with it. Learn to live with it. Get by. You don't have to do that.
No, we're upgrading.
Yeah.
Upgrading everything.
That's right. Just like you don't have to live with bad hair days.
That's right.
You do not have to live with all these symptoms of your biological change, and you don't have to live with vaginal dryness and all that.
No.
You're doing it for yourself first. So thank you so much.
Okay.
You're delightful.
Thank you.
And click on that link and check this out. And I know this is going to help you. Did you like this video? I want to help you with more life-changing resources. All you've got to do is subscribe to my weekly newsletter below.